another break. So let's get right to it. I didn't even go to the home screen. I just wanted it to be genuine. I ain't want nothing to be planned out. Nothing. I never do. Okay. Let's look at this. Mark Henry with a do-rag. He only got here. That's crazy. Okay. That's 23 minutes. Now my girl Ice. Sorry, okay, let's see what they talking about right here. Predicting the 30 entrance.
The frenzy has begun.
Hello there, my very good friends. The Royal Rumble is around the corner. Today
I would, but I don't want to watch 20 minutes. Come on, give me something else.
Hello there, my very good friends. I'm Andy. This is Adam. The Royal Rumble is this very week. And it would be pretty crap if it was a complete nightmare.
Yeah, I hope not.
It's the best event of the year, in my opinion.
I love it. Every year I get so excited for it.
However, if these 10 things happen, not so much. The first nightmare on our list! The Rock enters the Royal Rumble and gets himself injured. Look, The Rock is going to factor very largely into WWE's WrestleMania plans. There's lots of talk of Roman Reigns, lots of talk of Cody, lots of talk.
Yes.
But the thing about The Rock is that whenever he wrestles, he gets grossly injured.
Yes.
Because he is a large man, he is an aging man, with all due respect to him. He still looks better than me, and I'm half his age. Not quite. It's a real risk that when you put The Rock in a wrestling ring, because his body is so gigantic, he might hurt something. That would be a WrestleMania disaster, and indeed, a Royal Rumble nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. I think I can understand that them going, right, we're going to put the Rock in, not to win the Rumble necessarily, but just to have a spot to set up things further down the line for the Bloodline. But like you say, even if it's just a rock bottom, it's a risk.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Mania. They've not brought him back like people said for Elimination Chamber. It's Mania they're bringing him back for. So, yeah, if you're going to have The Rock at the Rumble, just have him set his name on fire and go back home.
When you have that many muscles, one of them is bound to go wrong, isn't it?
He's got muscles in places most people don't have places. Let's move on to our next nightmare. Kevin Owens gets DQ'd. Oh, yeah, this is a bit of a hangover from the old regime, so it's less likely to happen. But obviously, a lot has been made as Kevin Owens challenges Logan Paul for the United States Championship about Kevin Owens' cast. And Logan Paul said, oh, you can't use it, you can't wear it, blah, blah, blah. And they've been factoring that into their build. And they've got the KO show stuff, obviously, that's been going on as well. But my concern is that Logan Paul's going to get some sort of stipulation put in saying, oh, well, if he uses the cast, then he gets DQ'd. And there'll be some schmoz. And as a way to keep Kevin Owens strong but not take the title off Logan Paul, he's going to clock him with the cast and the rest are going to go, oh, it's a DQ. It's less likely than many of the other things on this list just because it feels like it's a real change.
Lowe's knows you want to expand your business, not your budget. That's why MVP's bonus days are back.
Within WWE right now that they haven't done many of these finishes, or when they do, it's important and it's special and it factors into something. But WWE's going to WWE sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there are definitely ways where you can do this match and that some kind of finish that works for both parties. Hey, maybe somehow, assuming that Kevin Owens' hand is okay to do this, maybe Logan Paul could rip the cast off and be a devious little bugger.
Exactly.
That would work to the same effect as well without having to go down the DQ route. Let's move over to the Women's Royal Rumble for our third entry here. Damage control drama over shadows. Now, this is a very good storyline.
Absolutely.
I am very much into this. The slow burning face turn of Bayley, where everyone in damage control thinks she's not up to it anymore, but Bayley's completely oblivious. It's really genuinely great stuff. That being said, you can be a little bit too heavy-handed with the drama sometimes. Sometimes it conquers everything. Sometimes it overshadows. Sometimes it is the big talking point. Well, maybe something else should be the big talking point. In this case, like the Royal Rumble winner or whatever. Although Bayley will obviously be a leading contender. Just got to be a bit careful with how you pull this stuff off. Of course, by the time this video goes out, they might have done something on SmackDown. They might have whatever. But regardless of where you are in the storyline, just be careful. Don't let it overshadow the Rumble itself.
Yeah, just to clarify, this isn't us saying don't have any damage control references in there. But like you say, the priorities should be returns, surprise debuts, call-ups from NXT, and the eventual winner. I think there's going to be obviously damage control stuff going on in it. But as I've said before, for me, if you're going to do Bayley's out of damage control, you either do it before the Rumble and have the babyface Bayley come back and win the whole thing, which kind of puts paid to Becky Lynch's storyline, but well, they'll work something out, as they will with Cody and CM Punk. Or you do it after the Rumble, i.e. the SmackDown after the Rumble, where they went, you said you'd win it and we'd all hold all the gold. You suck, you're out the group, basically. You don't need to do the split during the Rumble.
Exactly.
Let's move on and talk about Randy Orton. And I know this is going to boil some piss, but Randy Orton should not win the Undisputed Championship at the Royal Rumble, because I know a lot of people are like, well, they want to do Rock Roman. You can still do Rock Roman if you switch the title onto Randy and you do Legacy Law with Cody Rhodes. I don't want that. I don't think many people want that. I don't think many people genuinely believe that's what Cody talks about when he talks about finishing the story. I know it's a fatal four-way and you can protect Roman, i.e., Randy RKO's AJ Styles to win. But I think it's just cleaner, and I think the fact they're doing a four-way and the fact we've talked before about them wanting to circle back to a Roman versus Randy singles match down the road means that maybe Randy hits the winning RKO, but Roman's going to steal it, leave as Undisputed Champion, because when he gets dethroned, fingers crossed, at WrestleMania 40 by Cody Rhodes, that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned legacy lore and how nobody really wants that. Well, I don't think you're correct. I think you're wrong there. I think Ted DiBiase Jr. would be very, very welcome for the royalty checks coming through at the moment. But that aside, I completely agree with you on every single front. I think that Randy versus Cody, if you're going to do that later down the line,
absolutely,
that's great. I think that works better as maybe like a first title defense program for Cody, maybe at SummerSlam or maybe beyond that.
Yeah,
I think that's a little bit more
Backlash. You've got all the big shows coming up following. Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and Roman ain't working those shows, so you need somebody. Randy and Cody. Why the hell not?
But don't leave us Undisputed Champion, please. Randy, please.
That would be silly. Let's move over to the Women's Royal Rumble for our next entry here. Jade doesn't debut.
Ooh, yeah.
No Jade in the Rumble. So, hey, look, if Jade isn't quite ready yet, I would get it. Right? 100%. If WWE feels she needs a little bit more in the Performance Center, okay, fair enough. However, they went really heavy on the promotion for about a month there after she signed, and we all praised that. It was all really good. It was like, hey, look at this person. She's amazing. She's great. Here she is on NXT. Here she is on the website. Here she is on social media. She's going to be a big thing. She's vanished.
Yes.
Since then, the rollout has completely slowed down. Maybe they've figured out that she's not quite as developed as they want, and they want to spend more time. That's totally fine. However, if she doesn't debut in the Royal Rumble, I will maybe compose a tweet that's a bit miffed and then delete it. It would kind of suck.
Yeah, I think it's not a one-on-one match, is it? You can sort of hide people's deficiencies within a Royal Rumble. I'd love Jade to come in and get like 5 eliminations just straight out the gate. Really make an impact. Like you say, they bigged her up. People were like, I don't know who this is if they didn't see her in AEW, but by God, look at the promotion that they're putting behind her and having her appear on every show, and Triple H being like, bloody hell, Jade Cargill's here. To not have her in the Rumble feels weird. And like you say, you could have her appear in the Rumble and then go away again, go back to NXT, the Performance Center, and develop a little bit more. Imagine if she's in the Rumble, right, running through people, and then, oh no, she's been eliminated. Who's eliminated her? Becky Lynch. What a perfect setup for Jade to come back when Becky's been champion for a month or two, if that's just the way they want to go, and be like, I've not forgotten, by the way, and I'm going to kill you.
You spoiled my big night, Becky Lynch. Now I'm going to spoil your big life.
But speaking of eliminations, Andy Murray, please, God, no. Do not have Shinsuke eliminating Cody Rhodes. By the way, this is not me saying don't let Cody Rhodes be eliminated for the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of fine with that. I'm kind of thinking that it is going to be CM Punk winning the Rumble and they just get to Cody Rhodes in another way, maybe via Australia, who knows. But the Shinsuke Cody story was something they used to keep Cody warm in December, basically, and they dragged it on, obviously, and there was miss.
Will that be debit or credit?
Both.
What do you mean, both?
Yeah, what do you mean both?
And there was cancelling of matches, and then finally the big blow-off that Cody won. Thank you very much. And then Shinsuke on Raw had to say, I've not forgotten, Cody. I've still got an eye out for you. Fine, but he can't be the guy. If you are going to have Cody eliminated from the Royal Rumble, have it be Drew, for example, or someone that you can do something with in the interim between Cody being set up as an opponent, or Solo, for example.
There you go.
Something that factors into a storyline that we haven't seen before. I love Shinsuke Nakamura, former Royal Rumble winner, of course, but he can miss someone else in the Rumble.
Yeah, there is absolutely no need for this feud to continue beyond where it's already been. I thought that the Raw Street fight was a perfectly fine feud ender for these two. Let's move on to something else. In a previous era, Vince would definitely have done this.
Yeah.
1, to spoil their night in the Rumble, and 2, because he didn't know when to end feuds and would just do them for 4 pay-per-views in a row.
Everything has to be 50-50.
Exactly. So I am in complete agreement. Right, my last two are a bit stupid.
I like this.
For completely different reasons.
Full disclosure, I don't know Andy's last entry.
I had a look at your entries when you sent them over to me yesterday, and I didn't think they were quite dumb enough. So
Okay.
we're not talking about like Dominic Mysterio runs for office and like not completely out with the realms of possibility. But up next, Women's Royal Rumble, Chelsea Green does not become Santino / the Warlord / Bushwhacker Luke. Look, she's perfect for this.
Yes.
She is ideal for this role. She will give you the absolute funniest reaction in the universe if she comes down like, I'm a big deal, I'm going to win the Rumble, look at me, I'm Chelsea Green, look at me, and then someone just goes, see ya later.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Sets
perfect.
the record.
Yeah, it writes itself. She should beat the all-time record, regardless if it's the men's Rumble or the women's Rumble. She is ideal for that role, and if it doesn't happen, once again, I will be slightly, 3 out of 10 upset.
I like that. You need something for Chelsea to latch onto now. They've lost the tag titles, her and Piper Niven. Maybe it's Piper Niven that eliminates her because she's been a bit sly of you're kind of the reason that we lost. And it's like, well, I think she was carrying the team for the most part, Chelsea. Yeah, I think you could have a load of fun with this. And we need people who could be like, no, Chelsea Green needs to go 15 minutes. And then, no, not everyone has to have 15 minutes in the Rumble and each get 3 eliminations. It's about balance. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to give someone the Santino Warlord spot, who better? Who better?
This kind of heel exists to eat the dirt. She's perfect for it.
Should I tell you who else should eat the dirt? It's Shane McMahon. If he's in this Rumble, I'm going to lose my you-know-what. This sack of sweat, I didn't see that.
He's a moist boy, isn't he?
We all remember when he came back and went toe-to-toe with an MMA fighter and had to be eliminated by Brock Bloody Lesnar. I know he was immediately fired by his father following all this, but he came back at WrestleMania. I don't know what his current status is. Shane still got it, in the words of Michael Cole. You know what? Disregarding my lack of love, let's say, for Shane McMahon, the other thing is, to get a bit genuine for once, he would be taking away a spot from someone, and you are spoilt for choice in terms of not just the current roster, not just legends, Ken Shamrock, not just NXT stars or celebrities. There's so many people you could choose from to put in instead of Shane McMahon that I'm going to be really pissed off if Here Comes the Money drops on Saturday.
I think I will feel the same as you, but I think 5 seconds later I will be pissing myself laughing and I'll be having a great time.
He even messed up the elimination with Brock. He was like, oh, God,
Yeah.
do it again, Brock. How do I get out of the ring? I'm too sweaty.
Look, his WrestleMania appearance was all-time hilarious.
Oh, it was never, that's it. You finished there.
It's the perfect
Perfect,
ending
yes.
to the story. However, you can see a man of Shane McMahon's ego going, that's not how my story.
Yeah.
Like he's Dax.
I'll eliminate Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I've made myself feel sick.
Sign me up. Hey, listen, I think I can do you one better.
I'm excited.
As far as bad entrants in the men's Royal Rumble match go, the ultimate nightmare entrant, and look, Jimmy Hart was recently in the media saying that this person might wrestle again.
Don't do
one
it.
more time.
Don't do it, Andy.
Hulk Hogan in the Rumble, baby! How can you get bigger nightmare than that when it comes to a surprise entrant or whatever? Look, Hulk Hogan sucks. Yeah,
He did a nice thing. That doesn't mean...
Yeah, he's also a giant racist. So there you go. Look, I don't want to see this. Hulk sucks. If he gets eliminated, he'll probably dislocate both hips again.
Yes.
So
I've never been more on board with one of your entries.
yeah,
Ever.
it's the only time we've ever agreed on an entry.
Yeah.
Apart from 10 times on this
He
list.
can't. Shane, come back. All is forgiven
Yeah.
in comparison to this.
I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think we're going to see Hulk Hogan ever wrestle again. But when I saw Jimmy Hart going, well, you never know, I was like,
What a worker.
here he is.
And they might think, oh, he's kind of popular right now. He pulled someone out of a car.
Yeah. He
No.
did a good thing. One good thing. That's it.
I've got to be careful with this final entry because the man terrifies the life out of me. But the biggest nightmare that could happen at the Royal Rumble 2024 is Brock Lesnar wins again. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Brock Lesnar isn't in the Rumble. I think you and I have talked on the news on many occasions about how there are 4, 5, 6 contenders to win this year's Rumble. Brock Lesnar is one of them, but it's not his year. There's time of recording, there's nerves obviously around Seth and the MRI and the injury, and there's a danger that they always have that emergency. Well, Seth's got a history with Brock, and we can just always just hoy a title on Brock, and then you've got a big match for WrestleMania. Yeah, it can't be Brock. As much as I love him, and as much as I think this should be a vehicle to set up a match for him at WrestleMania, whether that be Gunther or anyone else. Brock Lesnar being in the Rumble's fun, as we've seen in many a year, but he can't win.
Yeah.
Brock and CM Punk being in there would be great, but CM Punk or Cody or someone else.
Hulk Hogan, all the options.
It's CM Punk or Cody for me, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not Brock Lesnar.
It was crazy that
and I
Hulk
think
Hogan was on
the time has passed where, I mean, we saw where they were just like, just put
Oh,
Brock
they
in and win
money.
the whole thing, and Ronda won the other one. People were a
Yeah.
bit like, what about all the other people who were there
No,
364, the other 364 days of the year?
Chances of this happening are a lot slimmer now that Vince isn't going, hey,
Yes.
cheat code, Brock Lesnar. And you look, in his last appearance, he put Cody over really strong. He went into business for himself in an unscripted moment, raised his hand and went, this guy rules.
Yeah.
And it was a fun match and it was a fun series. But...
Yeah, I want him in there. I want interactions with people like that.
Me too. You can never truly rule it out, though, because he's Brock Lesnar and this is WWE.
Imagine if Gunther eliminated him. Come on.
Intercontinental title, baby. Hey, Luke, thank you for checking in with us and enjoying this video. Hopefully, if you did, slap the thumbs up. We love you.
Join us on Saturday for the live stream.
They will be there. It'll be great. It'll be smashing.
Thank y'all for watching. See y'all later on.